There are thousands of youngsters in this land who want to play hockey just like Jean Beliveau. There's one they're calling the new Beliveau. His name is Guy Lafleur.
In 1971, the Montreal Canadiens made an unlikely run to the Stanley Cup, a last hurrah for a group that would win 5 championships in 7 seasons. Captain Jean Beliveau lifted the cup in what would be the last game of his storied career. Cue the parade on the usual route. Less than a month later, it was time for the draft, and those same Stanley Cup champion Canadiens owned the first overall pick. How was that possible? Through what was arguably the greatest triumph of the creative genius of one Sam Pollock. Along with everyone else in the hockey world, the Habs general manager had followed the rise of a teenage superstar through the junior ranks. Guy Lafleur grew up idolizing Beliveau and wore his number 4 while playing for the Quebec Rampart. In the old days, when the Canadiens had their pick of the best French-Canadian players, he would have been automatically installed as the heir apparent. But the advent of the amateur draft changed all that. The worst would pick first. Pollock saw what was unfolding and began plotting a way to get Lafleur to Montreal. More than a year before the fateful draft, he made a deal with the California Golden Seals, who were a good bet to finish at the bottom of the standings, sending Ernie Hickey and the Canadiens' first-round pick in 1970 in return for Francois Lacombe, cash, and the Seals' first-rounder in 1971. Of course, that was all about Lafleur. But the 1970-71 season didn't quite play out according to Pollock's script. For a time, it seemed like the Los Angeles Kings would finish behind the Golden Seals, an outcome seemingly beyond Pollock's control. It turned out he had one more card to play. Mid-season, Pollock sent veteran Ralph Backstrom to the Kings. Los Angeles improved, the Seals tumbled to the bottom of the standings, and Guy Lafleur was the Canadiens for the taking. But there was one added complication. By draft day, Lafleur wasn't the consensus number 1 pick. Marcel Dion, who was also Quebec-born, had finished a brilliant year with St. Catharines of the Ontario Hockey Association, leading the league in scoring for the 2nd straight season. As the NHL's hierarchy gathered at the Queen Elizabeth Hotel in Montreal, it wasn't entirely clear which young star the Habs would pick. It was Pollock's decision to make.
From the Quebec Rampart, Guy Lafleur.
Well, I was really happy because I was drafted by the Montreal instead of being drafted by the Oakland Seals because Jean was my idol and the Montreal dynasty. It was a great honor.
In his first season with the Canadiens, burdened by enormous expectations, Lafleur was a disappointment. He didn't receive a single vote as Rookie of the Year. Meanwhile, Marcel Dion made an immediate impact on the team that drafted him, the Detroit Red Wings. There were many who questioned whether Pollock had made the right choice.
Everybody thought that I would replace Jean Beliveau, and you don't replace a guy like that. The fans were expecting me to play like I did in junior, but it's a different game. And plus the pressure and everything, it was really tough, because I knew that the fans were waiting for me to get going and get some goals.
There's a lot of hullabaloo when they drafted him number 1. There was a lot of pressure on him to perform, and it took him about 2 or 3 years to really hit stride. It was fantastic after that.
Here's Lafleur.
A key moment came when his veteran teammates Henri Richard and Yvon Cournoyer pulled him aside and told him to stop listening to the criticism, to be himself, and to play his game. In his 4th year, Lafleur broke out as one of the NHL's top scorers and one of its most electrifying stars. Only then were the Canadiens sure that they had made the right decision, just in time for the start of another dynasty. Guy Lafleur won 5 Stanley Cups as a Canadian, 2 Hart Trophies, 3 scoring titles, and the Conn Smythe in 1977. hard to imagine any of that would have happened as a Golden Seal.
Looking at the decade of the 70s, I don't think there was another player. Obviously, Guy as a forward was number one.